Welcome to Law Reader Channel, Episode 1.7. Article 75. Mobilization of Domestic Finance for Climate Change. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources may coordinate with ministries/institutions responsible for economy and finance to mobilize domestic finance to implement climate change activities by requesting the ministries/institutions responsible for economy and finance to consider proposals of relevant ministries/institutions and subnational administration. Article 76. Submission of reports on climate change financing activities. Relevant ministries/institutions and subnational administration or project owner shall submit a report on climate change financing activities upon request by the ministry responsible for environment and natural resources to collect information related to climate change financing activities. Part 4. Greenhouse gas emission reduction. Article 77. Purpose of greenhouse gas emission reduction. Greenhouse gas emission reduction aims at combat climate change to ensure economic, social, and environmental development and welfare of citizens, in line with the Cambodian government's policies concerning climate change response, and to comply with international legal instruments concerning climate change to which Cambodia is a state party. Article 78. Development of legal instruments concerning greenhouse gas emission reduction management. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources shall develop legal instruments concerning greenhouse gas emission reduction management. Chapter 4. Climate Change Information and Reporting Part 1. Climate Change Information. Article 79. Management of Climate Change Information. 1. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources shall a. Develop legal instruments and guidelines for producing and managing climate change data and information. B. Organize and manage publicly available databases to gather climate change information produced by relevant ministries/institutions and subnational administration and information from other sources. 2. Relevant ministries/institutions and subnational administration shall collaborate with the ministry responsible for environment and natural resources to provide updates on making publicly available information on climate change relevant to their respective sectors and managing such information. 3. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources may enter into an agreement to produce and share data with relevant ministries/institutions, subnational administration and or private sector to strengthen and enhance the right to access data and information on climate change response in the Kingdom of Cambodia. Part 2. Reporting. Article 80. Climate change reporting. In collaboration with relevant ministries/institutions and subnational administration, the ministry responsible for environment and natural resources shall report and may develop plans and strategies to implement international legal instruments concerning climate change as follows. A. National Report on Climate Change. B. National Contribution Plan to Address Climate Change. C. Climate Change Transparency Report. D. Long-Term Carbon Neutral Development Strategy. E. Climate Change Measurement, Reporting and Verification Report. F. Other reports as deemed necessary. Article 81. Preparation of a National Report on Climate Change. A National Report on Climate Change shall be prepared every 4 years to submit to the Secretariat of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Article 82. National Contribution Plan to Address Climate Change. The National Contribution Plan to Address Climate Change may be prepared every 5 years for submission to the Secretariat of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Article 83. Preparing Climate Change Transparency Report. A climate change transparency report shall be prepared every 2 years to submit to the Secretariat of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Article 84. Preparation of a long-term carbon neutral development strategy. A long-term carbon neutral development plan may be developed to express the commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Article 85. Preparation of a climate change measurement, reporting, and verification reports. 1. To monitor and evaluate the implementation of climate change activities relevant ministries/institutions and subnational administration shall prepare climate change measurement, reporting, and verification reports. 2. The report stipulated in paragraph 1 above shall include a. Relevant indicators for climate change measurement, reporting and verification framework. B. Information on climate change measurement, reporting and verification framework. And based on sectors. C. Other information as deemed necessary. 3. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources shall have the right to request climate change measurement, reporting, and verification from relevant ministries/institutions, subnational administrations, and stakeholders to gather information to report to the government and prepare a report to submit to the Secretariat of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, in line with international legal instruments on climate change, and make it publicly available and partake in the implementation of climate change response activities. Section 7. Sustainable Consumption and Production. Chapter 1. General Provisions. Article 86. Purpose. This section aims to promote sustainable consumption and production to promote sustainable use of natural resources, environmental impact reduction, ecosystems, and public health toward a circular economy and green economy in the Kingdom of Cambodia. Article 87. Scope. This section shall apply to sustainable consumption and production, including sustainable public procurement, resource efficiency assessment, producer responsibility, environmentally friendly labeling, verification, and assessment/evaluation of environmentally friendly technology. Chapter 2. Responsible Institutions. Article 88. Responsible Institutions. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources shall monitor sustainable consumption and production implementation. Article 89. Roles and duties of the ministry responsible for environment and natural resources. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources shall have the following roles and duties. A. Develop draft policies, strategic plans, legal instruments, and technical guidelines for sustainable consumption and production in cooperation with competent ministries/institutions. B. Develop a sustainable consumption and production management plan. C. Partake in developing technical guidelines on sustainable public procurement with competent ministries/institutions. D. Determine environmentally friendly criteria, standards, and technology. E. Review and decide on the application for environmentally friendly labeling. F. Review and evaluate the products and services based on environmentally friendly criteria and standards. G. Prepare an inventory of products and services recognized as environmentally friendly. H. Assess/evaluate resource efficiency to reduce environmental impacts. I. Develop guidelines and legal instruments for resource efficiency assessment/evaluation and environmentally friendly technology investment. J. Verify and evaluate the implementation of environmentally friendly technology. K. Develop guidelines on environmentally friendly technology.